Fix the World podcast with Sam and Katie.
Hello everyone, welcome to Fix the World with me, Katie Tracy, and my learned friend
Sam Avery.
How are you, Sam?
I'm alright. I said that dead loud. I was dead excited.
You were dead excited?
I'm just excited to be here.
I like your excitement levels. You're excited enough for the both of us.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Are you not excited?
You
don't have to lie.
I don't know how I feel.
Excited is a very, very... it's a very, very... I can't think of the word now. It's a lot to live up to, innit? To say you're excited.
I would say the most excited you would find me is when I'm planning what my next meal is.
Oh, that's always good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an excitement level I can live on.
What are you like when you go shopping to do the big shop but you haven't eaten yet? Do you just buy loads of shite?
I'm better at that now. I was one for going, ooh, pork pies with pork, cheese and pickle in. I better buy them and I'll eat 2 of them on the way around the shop.
Jammy Dodger in individual packs. Yeah. Get some of them.
I am a merchandiser's fool. I am. I see things advertised and go, oh, like they brought out that Cadbury caramel, I don't know what it's called, but like caramel bar.
Yeah.
But it's a Cadbury one.
Oh.
And I was in the shops the other day, so I saw them on a stand. And instead of just buying 1, I bought 4.
Oh, God.
I didn't even like it. I had one bite and it was too sugary.
Yeah.
Stupid thing, but
you should always buy one first, maybe, just test it.
I go, no, I better buy 4.
I better buy 4 in case I really like them. I've done that with clothes sometimes when I really like a t-shirt. I thought, I'll buy 2. And then I stopped doing that because you end up with like Superman with just all the same, capes hanging up. So, I don't like
That's
to do
like
that.
what criminals do, like, so that they can get rid of one set of evidence. But do you know I've still got that t-shirt with TL?
That's why
I'm not saying that you're a criminal.
I don't think high-level criminal shopping next. Maybe they do to throw people off the...
Maybe they do.
Maybe serial
in plain
killers.
sight.
That could
in
be
their leisure wear, in their easy fit jeans.
And that could be your catchphrase if you're a serial killer, couldn't it? Yeah. Next! Cut the head off. Talking of advertising, the football season started again.
Yeah.
And so I've been watching the football, and I'm not 100% I was watching it on a legitimate channel. So there was...
you're not when the adverts are mental.
The adverts were Irish. And there was so many adverts with just this loud voice for 2 things. Now, I don't know whether this is targeted to me, because whether they're listening, and we'll get on to this.
It wasn't the erectile dysfunction one, was it?
Erectile dysfunction and hair loss.
Was it?
And I was like...
they're linked.
And are they linked?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I only know that you've got hair loss, audience.
When I said I was excited, I was talking about for the podcast. I wasn't talking about anything else. I'm not trying to prove a point here. But I just thought... But both adverts were dead similar. And it was like... For female insecurities, they'll try and be a little bit more subtle and they'll reel you in. But for this one, it was men. It was like... Can you not get a stiffy? Yeah. Are you losing your hair? Sort it out, man. It was basically that. And there was all these big letters come up on the screen like, do something about your hair.
You're sitting there going, give me a break. It's the first match of the season. I'm feeling happy. And now I just feel depressed.
My hair's gone, mate. Yeah. Forget about that. The other thing I'm hanging on to, so just about...
The women's adverts aren't so bad. It's just that silly tit lifting weights showing off because she's got a pad on that no one can see.
Oh, yeah.
Newsflash, love, nobody's looking at that.
Nobody cares.
Nobody does.
They're still doing that, aren't they? They're still banging that drum. But it's just the way adverts. I mean, and the thing is, I'm talking about it. We're talking about it.
Yeah.
So it's clearly
daytime adverts. Oh, there's one for these food delivery things for old people. Where a lovely man comes and he brings me my meals for the week.
And he's got a cracking ass.
This our one. She's a dirty old cow. So she's like microwaving a little thing and she got the table set for 2 and then she's on Facebook and there's an old man's face on Facebook and she goes, he's coming round for tea.
Oh, Jesus.
he loves my sticky toffee pudding.
Oh, my God. Is that the line?
2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, dirty old.
He loves jamming his spoon and then licking his fingers.
I'm thinking, good on them. Do you know what I mean?
That's still good. Yeah, I mean,
get your microwavable food and get your fun while you can.
Get your action. Mm-hmm. Get your mouth full. Get your, pardon the expression.
Anyway, let's stop talking about old people having sex and tell everyone what we're going to fix this week.
Before we do, can I just tell you while we're talking about daytime adverts, the other one where it's basically just saying, are you old? You're going to die soon, aren't you? Who's going to look after your funeral? Who's going to pay for your shit?
Do you want a free pen?
Sign up and get a pen. Yeah. Oh, well, I got a pen.
Yeah.
And then I died. And everyone was happy. And then my kids got the pen because I'd written a will with that pen.
Yeah.
I don't know if the pens are good. They must be good. Michael Aspel says they're good. So
Is he still even alive?
I don't know.
He does that have it from the grave.
They're still using his
Pen's
reanimated
still
talk.
writing. Look, doing the crossword in heaven.
That's that good. Grandad's pen's moving again. He's drawing a willy on the wall. Dirty bastard. Get that sticky toffee pudding out the cupboard. Sorry, we're talking about, what are we talking about this week?
We're fixing conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we also, if you're listening to this podcast for the first time, this is Fix the Whale podcast, and we try and fix a different subject every week, and this week is that conspiracy theories.
We're not always successful at fixing things, are we?
I think we've had mixed results, haven't we?
Mixed results.
But I think if you look at our...
We don't claim to be 100% legit in our intentions.
We don't like labels, do we?
We don't.
We just like to, let things hang.
Things happen naturally.
Things happen without the need for medical intervention. But conspiracy theories are a very, very hot potato of a topic.
I love conspiracy theories.
You're a big fan, aren't you?
I'm a big fan.
I kind of like them. I like hearing about them. I don't always buy into them, but you're quite a...
I mean, I'm not 100% on board with like the David Icke saying, we're all lizards.
Yeah.
Or the Scientology people. I don't really... Didn't they say that we were all brought to Earth by aliens and they'll take us all back one day?
And his name was Ron? Wasn't his Ron?
The first alien was called Ron.
I think he was called Ron. I mean, I don't know.
No, he was the founder of the movement.
Right. It's a more likeable, easygoing name than Jesus.
I know, but it's not really inspiring.
It's not.
It's not an inspirational name for a leader.
Good name for a trucker.
Yeah.
But not a leader, maybe.
I'm Ron. Come and join my religion.
Yeah.
No, can't you be called like Javier or like something a little bit more,
Yeah.
Snappy?
Something with an X in it.
Yeah. Xavier.
Yeah.
Xavier would be a good name.
My name's Xavier and I'm going to take my robe off now.
Them adverts were out there, weren't they?
They were out there. So the conspiracy theories that you buy into, we talked a few episodes ago about the moon landing. You believe the moon landings were fake, don't you?
100%.
Yeah.
Why haven't they been since?
Have they been since, or do we know?
And I believe one of the things was there's going to be loads of people who are well more into conspiracy theories than me, who will probably be like, "Shut up, you dickhead!" But they didn't leave no footprints. Oh no, they left footprints.
Oh.
And in a zero gravity environment, I'm sure that can't be possible.
I think, is it zero gravity though, or is it like just above zero gravity? I don't know what one gravity. I don't know what the phrase is. That's the level of gravity.
Level 1 of gravity.
What level is it? Level 3 gravity.
What level?
Captain.
Imagine if you got that in the weather forecast.
And today's gravity will be level 7, so hold on to your hats.
Wear your DMs, kids. Otherwise you'll be floating to school.
Have a big dinner. Keep you grounded. So the big thing about the moon landing is that it was, the space race. There was Russia and there was USA trying to get there.
Yeah, it was just a big, massive pissing contest, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Which I would also not advise in a zero gravity environment, because that would be very messy.
No, it would be very
Look
messy.
at this, Russia, we're pissing everywhere. Marked our territory. But if the USA decided to film it in a studio somewhere, why didn't Russia do that?
That is a very good question.
Is it because Hollywood is
the most legitimate,
I don't know.
and sort of everybody believes they've got the best equipment to make films. When you live in an oppressive communist society like Russia, and you only watch like the same program every day.
There's no HD cameras, is there?
No HD.
No.
There's no directors going, let's pretend they're on the moon. I think Russia at the time was quite
Backwards.
backwards, but also a little bit more like, no, we're gonna
Do it for
we're
real.
not gonna lie.
We're not going to cheat. We'll save that for the
We're
Olympics.
going to send this dog into space. We're going to send these monkeys into space. Let's see America do that.
Get your animals in space. We're
Yeah.
going to have a zoo up there. We're going to have a safari park on Mars. But that's quite a popular one. What about modern day conspiracy theories? What are some of the wackier ones?
So I'm thinking, when I say modern day, like the Yeti's not modern day. It's quite an old one, isn't it?
The Yeti. Yeah. But I like that. I like the photos.
That. I like the idea that there's a Yeti.
Yeah. I like the photos of him. He always looks...
It's all, they're really made up. When I was young, we used to watch a programme called Mysterious... What was it called? The Mysterious World with Arthur C. Clarke. And it'd be all stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was all like a real study into like Yeti. Netflix probably should remake this.
Oh, it'd be great.
It'd be amazing. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to believe a Yeti existed.
Yeah, but I wanted to see him in a more believable environments, like in the middle of, I don't know, Asda or something. Because it was always grainy footage and he was always miles away.
Yeah.
That's the thing with a lot of these like sightings of like the Loch Ness monster and the Yeti or the Abominable. Is the Abominables from No Man? Is that the same person?
Yeah. He has a lot of names. Yeti, Abominable Snowman,
Ron.
Abominable, sorry. Sasquatch.
Oh, Sasquatch. Yeah.
Sasquatch. That was the Inuit name for him.
Oh, right, okay.
But I just think it's someone's just saw a bear standing up and gone, oh
Probably.
my God.
Yeah. The Loch Ness monster's a funny one.
That's just a big eel, I reckon.
Or a condom.
Big carp, condom.
A big condom that's just got filled with gravel over time and floated around. Can I read you some of these, the wildest conspiracy theories that I've found? So it starts off with all the kind of the obvious one about, JFK was killed by the government. How do you stand on that?
If they could have, if the government can kill JFK, why didn't they kill Donald Trump? If they had that foresight to go, this man's going to fuck everything up for us, we need him off the page. Well, Trump was even worse. Why didn't somebody take him out? I was assuming within the first year of his presidency, somebody would have took him out.
Maybe that's a good point, because like what was JFK doing that was so abhorrent that the government had to knock him off?
If all he was doing was sleeping with Marilyn Monroe, that is nothing compared to the way Trump has treated women and his various wives.
Yeah, just get I'm surprised.
Just because you're a crap husband, it doesn't mean you're a bad president.
That is very true, and then we can make that into a T-shirt that we'll be selling through the website.
Wear it at a White House rally.
Right, I'm going to read some of these out, and I want you to just give me your gut reaction on whether you believe that's true or not. Okay, so Earth has been sucked into a black hole.
No.
So this was that we were sucked into it in 2012, but we haven't realised yet. I reckon I'd notice. I reckon I'd notice if I got sucked into a black hole.
Have you seen that? I think to do with this black hole, wasn't it like all time stood still in 2012 and we didn't know it happened, so we're basically all just like living in a Groundhog Day.
Oh, really?
And it was something like that. I read about 2012, same thing.
Well, maybe we'll just keep putting the same episode up each Wednesday and people can just keep listening to this and no one will notice. Disney created Frozen as a distraction. Now, hang on, let me just give you a bit more information about that. People have long discussed the conspiracy that Walt Disney used cryogenics technology to freeze himself when he died. Now, the new theory is that the Walt Disney Company created Frozen as a way to hack Google's search algorithm and distract consumers from information about the late Walt Disney's possible frozen procedure. So I suppose...
Should they not have been more bothered about the late Walt Disney's...
anti-Semitism.
and racism?
I don't think they could make a film called Anti-Semitism. I don't think it would have...
Oh, imagine that.
I don't think it would have sold as well.
If they made it a musical...
Do you know what? Put music to anything and you can sell it. As the producers showed us. Springtime for Hitler.
And Germany.
The Denver International Airport is the Illuminati's headquarters. That's very specific.
That could be true.
I've never been to Denver.
Do you believe in the Illuminati? That's a conspiracy theory.
Here's my take on the Illuminati. Used to believe in it. Now, I don't believe that anyone high-ranking has got any kind of grasp on what they're doing. I think there's a lot of corruption, but I think a lot of that comes down to just backslapping and people. I suppose that could be the Illuminati, couldn't it? People just
I do think there is a group of the most wealthy people in the world who get together and make the decisions that affect the whole globe. Apart from the Middle East, they're not asked about that. They're not asked about Africa.
Let them crack on.
They're not asked about developing countries.
No.
Anything where they can make a buck, that's where they're bothered.
Would you like to go to that meeting? Because I would. Just like if they thought you were part of them.
I bet the biscuits are nice.
Oh, I bet the fucking biscuits.
Oh my God, like the triple chocolate ones from M&S.
Oh my God, those individually wrapped ones, the silver foil. Yeah. They'd be amazing. It wouldn't be like Kit Kats, would it?
No. I'd be happy with Kit Kat, to be honest. As long as it's not custard creams or ginger nuts. I like ginger nuts, but if I'm going in an Illuminati meeting, I want top drawer confectionery. I
don't want Aldi shite. I want proper, M&S, like nice stuff. I
don't want Black Mars bar.
Yeah.
What's that called?
With an extra A in the middle or something.
They have mad names, don't they?
Oh, God. Whoever comes up with those names in Aldi, They should be part of the Illuminati because they are very talented.
Yeah, they are. They're very talented indeed.
I'd probably turn up at an Illuminati meeting expecting nice biscuits, though, and it'd be like that scene on Indiana Jones where they wheel out monkeys' heads and they're all eating the brains, but it'd be like...
Or like in Austin Powers where Dr. Evil just keeps pressing the button by accident and like disintegrating people with lasers.
Yeah, that'd be all sorts. I wonder where they'd have the meeting. Probably in a bunker. You'd want it in a bunker, wouldn't you?
It's like hidden in plain sight, like a Wetherspoon.
A Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Just in a conference suite.
Hey, what's that group of fellas doing over there? They're watching the racing. No, they're not. It's the Illuminati.
See that one on the end? The one who's on crutches.
One of the Rothschilds.
And he's the one who's like making a rolly, and he's got yellow fingers. He actually, he runs all the world's banks.
Yeah.
From
He's got all
William
the
Hill.
gold.
In his walking stick. Here's another one for you. The Earth is hollow.
Well, it must be in bits.
I'm sure
Like
parts of it
not
are.
hollow like a shell, but like an arrow. So like loads of little holes, but not like honeycomb.
Okay. Maybe that'd be nice to go down and see. What about this one? The world is flat.
No, definitely not.
The world's not flat. I've got a mate who sent his daughter to a really, really expensive fee-paying school. Spent a load of money. And when she was 15, she said to him, Dad, I think the world's flat. And he's like, I can't believe I wasted like 100
I'd
grand.
be down that school asking for my money
Oh,
back.
yeah. Come on. What are you teaching them? Prince Charles is a vampire.
Wow.
Let me give you some more details on that. The inspiration, hang on. Many royals in Charles's bloodline were known to have the disease porphyria, which is an iron deficiency that causes people to be sensitive to sunlight.
Aren't they all, what's the name as well? Hemophiliacs. Because they're all interbred.
Yeah, they've all just
They've all diluted themselves.
The gene pool is so narrow, isn't it? It's more like a puddle.
I just don't think a vampire would wear a kilt to social occasions.
I don't think so.
I'd imagine vampires more classy than that. More high end.
Vampires have got to be the sexiest of the monsters, don't you think? I don't want to be bitten.
No, I think that, and I think they like the modern buildings. Prince Charles doesn't, does he?
No, he likes all like castles and stuff.
Yeah.
Mind you, castles. Vampires like a castle, don't they?
That's another one. Did the royal family kill Princess Di?
Oh, that's another one that comes up a lot. That's very... You can get on board with that one, can't you? Because she was a bit of a rogue at the time.
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did, but we'll never find out in our lifetime.
We'll never know. It'd be great if there was like some kind of day where all of these conspiracy theories just got like revealed.
That's like one of them films that has loads and loads of sequels.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Or like a game show where you find out.
Yeah.
And you go, so...
Welcome to What's the Conspiracy with Bradley Walsh and Holly Willoughby.
Bradley Walsh should be all over that shit, smiling down the camera.
He'd just piss himself laughing the minute someone opened the mouth.
Oh, so today we're going to be finding out if the World Trade Center bombings were an inside job.
Yeah,
and we've got Janine
Holly would go in aesthetics as usual.
And it turns out it was. Turns out it was the FBI because they were in debt to blah, 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 blah. And we could find out all about all of those things.
There are some mad people about there, aren't there, who'll go, the reason, if you write in Wingdings, did you ever see the thing?
Yeah.
If you typed 11th of September something in Wingdings, and it's like, the symbols look like a plane crashing into two towers, and you're just like, oh my God.
I know, but at the time I was like, that is so spooky, but who would plan a major terrorist event around a font? Like, it seems like a bit of a leap.
I know, but there are lots of little things about 9/11 that don't add up.
Mm.
But I still don't think it was... It's just one of them things.
It's just one of them things.
It's
just one of them things, isn't it?
Crazy things.
It's just one of them things that happens, now and again. So, yeah, I remember first hearing. I suppose it was a conspiracy theory when I was in school, and it was a. Well, I don't know if you call this a conspiracy theory. Maybe you can tell me. It was when the school nurse was examining you.
Did they tell you that they put your balls in a teaspoon?
They did. They said they put your balls in a teaspoon.
And you were like, tablespoon, you mean?
Yeah, ladle. I'm 11 now. I'm a man. I found one pube the other day and it was in a sandwich. You go in, she puts them in a spoon, and then this developed into, she then puts them in a hand and asks you to cough. And apparently, if there was something, I can't remember the reaction, but if there was a wrong reaction, she'd then basically, do something rude
Give
to
you a happy ending.
Give you a happy ending.
That's an urban myth.
That's more of an urban myth
Yeah.
than a conspiracy
Yeah.
theory.
Conspiracy theory.
What do you think about 9/11? Fuck that. Have you heard about the Ness? She wanks it off. Yeah. Anyway, I went in and saw the Ness, and none of that happened. There was no spoons. There was no ladles. There was no spatulas.
It was just a myth perpetuated by older boys.
Perhaps, yeah. And I'm sure I probably spread that onto the kids when I get a bit older.
It's just embarrassing when you're the kid who walks in the room with his balls already out and she's like, what are you doing? No.
I'm only here to ask you about,
I'm here
allergies.
to give you a jab.
Put that spoon away. Why have you brought your own?
Was there any more conspiracy theories on that list?
Oh, yeah, hang on. So we've got one about the Nazis had a secret base in the Antarctic.
No, they would have all been eaten by polar bears.
That's true, yeah. Or penguins. Who lives in which? I can't ever remember.
Polar bears in the Antarctic? No, they're Arctic, aren't they?
Don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. The Nazis are there, though. We're all living in the Matrix.
I don't understand them. I've never seen The Matrix. So do you mean the film or just like a circuit board?
I think they mean the concept from the film, which is that we're all getting controlled by, our actual physical living is not real. We're all somewhere else, which actually, because we're all on our phones anyway, all the time. We're kind of living in that reality anyway,
Yeah.
aren't we? The moon isn't real.
It's cheese.
It's
a piece of cheese.
It's a cataract. The Titanic didn't actually sink.
No, it was its twin ship.
Is that really? Is that a
Right,
conspiracy?
so this is an actual one. So when they built the Titanic, they built another ship, but that was exactly the same spec to the letter.
Yeah.
And the other ship that they built, it failed the health and safety checks of the time. So they were like, well, we've spent all this money, so let's just say it's the Titanic and send it out to sea.
Oh, fuck.
And that's why the Titanic sank, because it wasn't the Titanic.
It was made out of
they were
paper.
able to make an insurance claim then on the ship that was like a piece of shit.
Oh, that would have been great at the end of the film Titanic if Leo just spots some.
You just like come up and this can't be real. Like swam to like the nearest, I don't know, library.
And just, figured it out. Or just got one of those...
Get me the shipping department on the phone now.
Cliffhanger, Titanic 2. This time he kicks some ass.
I'm waiting for that to be made.
Apollo 17 wasn't the last moon mission.
Who knows?
Zombies can rise from the dead. I mean, that's just what zombies are. That's not really a conspiracy theory, is it?
They only believe in zombies because people used to be buried when they weren't dead.
Right, and then
in
used to
like
jump
the
up.
old days, and then they'd like jump out of the ground and ship people up good and proper. But it was like their fault for not checking they were properly dead.
How was the funeral? Some fella who I thought was dead got up and shit me right up.
Oh, I read this thing on Twitter. This girl found out that her granddad had an identical twin brother at her granddad's funeral.
Yeah. What a way.
Imagine that. You would shit your knickers, wouldn't you?
Just look at him and just go, Jesus.
Yeah.
Granddad, you're supposed to be in that box.
Mad that.
My dad went to a wake. Yeah, a wake the night before the funeral. Some Irish fella used to
Did
work
they have him
with.
propped up?
No, but they had his casket open. And they had his hand tied round his wrist and a bit of string going to the front door. So when a new person came up, he waved at them. Fucking hell,
Amazing.
that's amazing, isn't it? That's what I want. At my funeral, not before. Here's another one. Bill Gates is making fake snow.
I think Bill Gates has got enough going on.
I think he's a busy man, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a busy man. Visiting.
Do you know he donated £1 million to the School of Tropical Medicine?
Yeah.
And he bankrolls the research they do into what's it called when mosquitoes bite you? Malaria research.
Yeah.
He funds the malaria research.
He does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of good stuff. He's getting a lot of shit. There's even people saying it's the Bill Gates
why
vaccine.
make snow? I can make snow.
Yeah.
I'll just leave my freezer door open a little bit for a while. It's not hard. He's got the technology to do something better than that.
Like put microchips in our heads. What do you think about that one? These people thinking that the vaccine is his way of controlling us.
Yeah. The same people who tag themselves in Weatherspoons.
Yeah.
And go, did you know I was in Weatherspoons? You fucking tagged yourself, you dickhead.
And you put a photo up your bell end.
Worried about the people watching what you're doing.
Amelia Earhart was eaten by crabs. What?
I mean, why is that a conspiracy theory? Didn't she crash a plane?
I don't know. This one here, the Loch Ness monster lives in Scotland. Well, yeah, but that's not a conspiracy theory. The fact is that he exists is weird. Not that he lives in Scotland. That's not the big thing, is it?
I mean, his
Have you
name's a
heard-
giveaway.
Yeah, it's not called the Ness. The whole thing is so Scottish, isn't it? The Loch Ness monster. Do you remember that cartoon in the 80s?
Nessie.
Nessie.
Yeah.
It was great. That I'm sure it wasn't. 5G causes cancer and COVID-19. Let's not dwell on that because I'm sure we'll probably get kicked off YouTube even if we're joking about it.
Yeah.
But that's just there's a lot.
We'd be cancelled. We were part of cancel culture.
love
Start
to-
going on about 5G.
I'd love to be cancelled,
Would
wouldn't
you?
Yeah.
You're not cancelled for very long now. You can reinvent yourself. Look at Kevin Spacey.
That's true. He's coming back, isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah. People, there's
Like,
always
"Oh,
someone
sorry,
who's
I didn't mean to be a pervert.
for 20 years.
Please forgive. I've been a rather trained actor.
I've done a lot of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all very, very strange. Oh, yeah, I've got some polls, actually, about
Oh, go
conspiracy theories. I
Don't
think-
say you've got polls and then go to your pockets.
Sorry,
Sam.
yeah.
It's frightening
Sorry
for the
about
audience.
that. I
Sorry,
know, it's
everyone.
scary, that. I don't want to make anyone switch off or turn on.
Zoom in.
Zoom in,
Drop
zoom
out.
in. You're going to have to zoom in. Right, so I asked on Instagram, do you believe in any conspiracy theories? And it was shocking, this. Because 66% of the audience said no, they don't believe in any conspiracy theories. 34% said yes. That's shocking to me, that.
Considering we all get our information from the internet in like 140 words.
Yeah. We're willing to believe all sorts of
Bits.
shite. I put a Twitter poll up as well because I was able to put some different choices. I said, do you believe in any conspiracy
There's
theories?
a fly. I think we're being watched.
Is it a fly?
Yeah,
is
I
it,
heard it.
It's not a drone.
Oh, it might be the tiniest, the world's tiniest drone.
It's a drone. It's a mosquito. But Bill Gates has injected it with some
Bill
kind
Gates
of
is making
virgin
himself small
blood.
and he's flying it
It's like Ant-Man.
on the back.
You're talking shit about me again, motherfucker! Do you believe in any conspiracy theories? 35% said yes, 38% said no, and 27% said the Illuminati wrote this.
Right, so I feel like we need to ask ourselves, how would we fix conspiracy theories?
How do we fix it? It's
Let's-
all about information, isn't it? It's about now. One of the things that annoys me when people have crazy ideas, or in my opinion, crazy, they say, "Do your research." But I always think, "But you've not really done your research," because there's so many sites that are just peddling nonsense, or they're not fact checked, or they're not backed up with any kind
Well,
of
that's
evidence.
the point. Do your research. Well, no, I've got a conspiracy theorist there. He's doing my research for me in his bedroom in Slough. I mean, that's all I need to know.
I just need the idea, and I'll run with it. I don't need facts. I don't need evidence.
I think if you just cut the internet off altogether,
I think that's.
that seems to be my answer for a lot of things.
I think it probably will fix a lot of ills, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to watch the footy, but other than that, it'd probably sort a lot of shit out, wouldn't it? But then conspiracy theories are fun, aren't they? They're fun to learn about, even if you don't believe in them. They're fun to just read about.
Yeah. They're always like a couple of years later. You can't do it straight away because it's a bit like
Yeah.
heavy, isn't it, to go, yeah, no, that building didn't get blown up because, tell you why it didn't get straight away.
Love,
like,
it's still on fire. Come on.
Let people move on for a little bit first.
Yeah, and
then let's talk about conspiracy theories.
Get your story right.
I don't think we need to fix them. I like them.
I like them.
I want to keep them.
I want to keep them going. Can we keep them?
Can we-
We've
don't,
got-
don't feed them at midnight.
Fuck, that's a good conspiracy theory. I always thought about that. Every time is after midnight, technically. Or have you got to wait for the mogwai to go to sleep and then wake up?
God, I bet you were right. Bellend watching films when you were a kid, ruining everything. with
Excuse
your-
me, can you
with your
press
fat-
pause? Press pause on that VHS.
I'm sorry, I think you'll find this is statistically incorrect.
Technically, every time is after midnight. And would they get damp if it was not water? What if you spilled a drink on them? Would that provide a different kind of gremlin?
What if you get them wet on the inside of their body? That's a different film altogether.
Different film. It's a different franchise. We're going to be looking at your thoughts, your comments on conspiracy theories in just a second after this short interlude.
Fix the Wall Podcast.
Okay, we're back with your comments. We've got our first comment about conspiracy theories from Rachel Murray. She said, my favourite is that birds aren't real. Real birds were replaced in the 60s and 70s with spy drones. The pandemic is a cover so the batteries can be changed.
I absolutely love that theory. What I would say is that the two spy drones dressed as pigeons on my back fence are not doing the job. All they're doing is shagging.
Oh, we get that.
So, yeah.
We get that. And it makes me feel
And,
inadequate.
pigeons must have sex for fun. I'm sure they only lay eggs once a year in the springtime, don't they?
I don't
so
know.
these pigeons are just mad for it.
Rotten.
So if they are drones, then I don't know, maybe to teach children about the birds and the bees.
or the bees and the birds and the birds. Pigeon sex is nasty sex, and also the women don't look like they're up for it, and it does feel like you're looking at a pigeon disco because the men are like doing the strut, and the women are like, oh no, go on, get off, and in the end the women go on then, but just be quick.
Yeah,
like,
get it out the way.
Get out the way, and then we can watch.
Very much like in a long-term relationship.
Definitely.
Sex.
It is definitely.
Can we get that out the way? We've got things to do. Come
on, let's get it out your system, and then we can hoover up. Jeremy Minter says Finland doesn't exist. In the Cold War era, around the mid-20th century, Japan and the Soviet Union supposedly shared a secret about a stretch of the Baltic Sea between the Soviet Union and Sweden, and the two nations collectively spread the idea that it was a landmass known as Finland to keep the good fishing spots to themselves.
I mean, have you ever met a Finnish person?
No, but they're in the Eurovision, aren't they?
Yeah, and they always smash it. I can't believe I just said smash it. I've met a Finnish person. And
were they real?
She was real. She doesn't live in Finland anymore, but she's real.
I'm not sure that one's... I've never heard that one before. That's a fun one though, isn't it?
I like the idea. It's like Brigadoon. Just like a pretend place.
Erinsborough.
Yeah, like Skem.
Skem
Skem
is
doesn't
real.
Exist.
It's
just a series of roundabouts.
It is roundabouts.
And it makes you so dizzy you think that you've been somewhere.
Car sick, doesn't it? But that's mainly the smell. Sorry everyone in Skem who listens. We've got a big Skem contingent to follow this podcast. Claire Gavin, her favourite one is the Paul McCartney, The Fly's back. Bill Gates is back in his little drone.
Do one, Bill.
Maybe I just need to have a wash properly.
Let us live.
Paul McCartney died in a car accident in 1966 and was replaced by a lookalike called Billy Shears.
If that is the case, then I would imagine they would have given Billy Shears a stylist, because Paul McCartney certainly hasn't fucking got one.
I mean, you can't just look like him because he's a very good musician, and he still wrote a lot of good songs after 66. Maybe not since the 80s.
I mean,
he's
it's
not
like
been
the Prince
great.
and the Pauper, is it?
No, I don't know. It's a good fun one though, isn't it?
It's a fun one.
Sgt. Pepper cover, he didn't have shoes on, and that's why they said, "Oh, he's dead." And if you play the records backwards, kill Paul, or Paul is dead.
Have you ever seen that film called Yesterday? It's really shit.
No.
But at the very end, it's like what the world would be like if the Beatles didn't exist, and this musician is the only person who remembers all the songs because he's had a bump on the head. And then there's this very small group of people. If you haven't seen it, this is like tough shit. But there's this very small group of people who also remember Beatles songs. And in the end, this man goes to this house in the middle of nowhere, and it's John Lennon as an old man. And it gives me... It's a really stupid film. But that bit where it's John Lennon as an old man just made me go, oh my God, that makes me feel so sad.
And who plays John Lennon?
It was Robert Carlyle.
Oh, really? Good. Yeah. Oh, great. Or maybe I'll just watch the end then. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's very classic. Yeah.
Caroline Press says Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. Neil, A, backwards spells alien. I mean, that's fun.
Amazing.
I'm not sure that really tells us anything other than, it spells alien.
Was he the one who some months ago, and you never landed on the moon, and he just went over and lamped them? He was like in his 80s and just kicked off. Was like, I have been the moon, you knobhead.
That's amazing.
Them. And if that was, I think it was Neil Armstrong. It might have been Buzz Aldrin. It was one of them guys, and it was amazing just to see him go, shut up, you tit.
Yeah, I love it when an old person punches someone. Yeah. I do like that. I liked it when he was the guy, John Prescott. When he twatted that fella.
Amazing.
I thought that was boss. More politicians should resort to violence, in my opinion. Shell Byron says, do you remember Norton of Norton antivirus fame? I've always thought he was like a nerdy gangster selling protection from his own little mafia. Nobody wanted your information back when Norton got started. He created the viruses himself. I'm telling you, I'm convinced. And Soylent Green is people. Wake up!
Well, Shell Byron, I think that's a good theory.
I love the passion in that.
Yeah, I do.
You can see smoke coming off the screen just the way she's written that.
I don't really need to protect my computer from the things that I search on. Nobody wants my identity. If they see my search history, they'd be like, what a boring bitch.
Knocking on your door saying, I'm really sorry, miss, but we stole your identity 3 weeks ago and it's shit.
Yeah, all you do is look at dresses and hair products. We don't want your identity. You're welcome to it.
Have it back. Penelope I'm got to get your name right. Sorry, Penelope. Penelope Paczynski.
You might be wondering why I'm not reading, and it's because Sam's the eyes today.
Kate forgotten
I
glasses.
can't even see what it says. Hey Penelope, that's probably your legit name and you're a real person, but that sounds like a bot name.
It does sound like a bot name, but she said the whole Nibiru thing I love the way when people say stuff like, you know what the Nibiru thing
Isn't
is.
that where thingy Jar Jar Binks is from?
I think it is. It is. Nibiru. The idea that clouds are alien devices to hide ships and massive planets, or that they are the surface of said planets, that lightning is discharged from the planets, the government is hiding it all, and we will soon be wiped out by it. It's just such a mental idea that it becomes borderline amusing to follow. Good for a laugh, but does worry me just how people can think it is even remotely plausible.
When you're a kid, though, and you think about when you're dead and you just like sit off in the cloud floating about, that just seems like a laugh.
With a fishing rod, chatting to God.
The first time you ever flew and you flew through the clouds, it just blew my mind.
Oh, it still blows my mind today.
Yeah.
It's amazing to look down on the cloud and just think, God, Jesus Christ, there's planets in there.
I know.
There's planets in there and we're all going to die. Nadia Kent, my absolute favourite and the closest to making sense is simulation theory. Once you get going with it, it's very hard to undo.
I don't know what simulation theory is.
I think it is that we are all living in a simulation, so none of this is real. This is all sort of a computer
Like when you do your
generated.
theory test.
Yeah, this is just a practice run. So, I mean, it'd be great if someone said your life is just a practice run and you could just make loads of mistakes.
Oh, no, I could just be like, I don't want to.
I don't want another
I've
one.
already done it.
I've
Can't be asked doing all this again. Don't want it. Keep the simulation.
got to go back to school. Can't have skipped that level. Emma Beddingham. Related to Daniel Beddingham, maybe?
Daniel Bedingfield.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Oh, I've got to get through this. Anyway, the Queen is a lizard person who needs to feed off other humans. This is the kind of one I love. Even
I
though
like these ones.
Completely don't subscribe to them. That she's a lizard person. What's a lizard person?
I think it's like a David Icke kind of scenario where she's a lizard inside pretending to be like V.
Oh, like
Remember
V?
V?
Yeah, V.
But she did marry Prince Philip and he actually did look legit like a lizard.
I just don't know why Prince Philip would have chosen the face and head that he had. If he could choose any face. Or
Well, yeah,
head.
I think that if you're a lizard and you go, I want like a human casing, you would have picked a better one. No offence, Queen.
What are you looking for today? Just some human casings,
Yeah.
please. Another one about the Queen, but a different Queen, Elizabeth I. This is from Helen Hoadley. She says that my favourite is that Elizabeth I was actually a man. She died in a riding accident aged 8 and was replaced by a young man in the court.
I don't believe that because they didn't want a female monarch anyway. So had she died in an accident when she was 8, they would have gone, right, let's find a male heir.
Perfect. Yeah, rather than some kind of transgender monarch.
If anything, it would have been a female heir pretending to be a man.
Possibly, yeah, because that was more acceptable.
Yeah.
All that monarch stuff from
I
back
just like
then.
the fact that some theorist has gone, she was such a good queen, there's no way she could have been a woman.
Yeah, it's quite sexist, isn't it?
Yeah,
She never had kids, did she?
no. And that's another thing. Well, she must have been a man.
She must have been a man. I just think of Queenie from Blackadder 2
Yeah.
when I think of Elizabeth I.
Another step nearer and you'll be dead as that squirrel.
Loved it. And the last one is Sarah Meagle says the Avril Lavigne theory. I don't know what this is.
What is the Avril Lavigne theory?
Someone tell us.
I meant to Google it.
Is it that she's actually quite good? Because she's hiding it well.
I think it might be like the Paul McCartney one, that she died.
She died. There's a great thing on the internet of Avril Lavigne when she met some fans in Brazil, and this is about 5 years ago, way before COVID and social distancing, and she'd obviously told these fans, or people had told the fans, you can have your photo taken, but you can't stand next to her. So there's like about a 3 metre gap between them, and she's sort of leaning in, and they're going mental, and she just looks ridiculous and isolated, and it's dead.
I hate when pop stars act like that. And also, Avril's not a pop star name. It's an old lady in a nursing home name.
I still think of Avril Lavigne as like 16 when she came out, but she's probably about 40 now, isn't she?
Do you reckon she was just one of them spoiled kids from a rich family going, I want to be a pop star? Mummy!
Like Mike TV.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
not Mike TV, who's the
Violet Beauregard.
Violet Beauregard.
I
yeah.
absolutely admired. I was spoiled when I could be a brat at times. My Violet Beauregard, was it Violet Beauregard? Was it what's it called?
Veruca Salt.
Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
My was, I always had to have tinned processed peas on any meal. And if I didn't have tinned processed peas on any meal, I would scream.
Mushy peas for the princess.
And my mum said I'd get one pea and put it on a piece of bread and fold it over. And if there was no peas in the house, there was murder.
Fucking hell, that It's amazing.
And I was like,
isn't it?
well, I didn't make myself like that.
Such a very specific.
Everyone made me like that. Everyone bowed down. Kowtowed to my need for peas.
The princess and the mushy peas. My kids have got the ability to be like every single character on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in any given day, and it's infuriating, and will continue, I'm sure. So that's all your comments, folks. Thanks for getting in touch. Thanks for listening.
We'll tell you what our next one is going to be in advance too, because we like this.
Do us a favour as well. I've got a feeling that the sound quality on this last bit might be less good.
Lean in.
Than the other stuff, because we'll have to use the stuff off the camera, because I think we've had a slight technical hitch at the very end of the episode, but it doesn't really matter because we're at the tail end. Just the last couple of minutes might have sounded a bit shit audio wise, just so you know. But that said, if you want to help us, please help us by leaving a good review on iTunes, because it really helps. If you're enjoying the podcast and you want other people to listen to it, leave us a good review.
Please do us a solid, lads and lasses.
Please do.
And in betweens. I don't like to.
And whatevs. Which is my new
like
term for everyone.
Assume.
No, never assume.
Never assume. Don't say it.
What was I going to say?
It makes an ass of you and me.
Oh no!
Like you're going to say that?
I wasn't.
That's me, that. Anyway, yeah, please share us.
Yeah, and don't make an ass of us.
No.
We can do that ourselves. I don't know why I'm leaning into this nice microphone when I realise it's not fucking recording right now. Anyway, thanks for listening, folks. You've been lovely.
Yeah.
See you soon.
See ya.
I think that ran out of tape.
Oh.
That one, just like the last 3 minutes or something. So, but there's a microphone on here, so I'll just
get
that off there. Sound
as a pound.
So which one should we put up first? Should we put the freestyle one up first, or put the conspiracy theory one up first? And then should we save one for next week? I think
put the conspiracy one first, because people will be waiting for it because they've commented.
Yeah, true.